Check out my strawberry cheesecake. It's rich, it's creamy, and the topping was made with some beautiful fresh strawberries that came together ever so nicely. It's a pretty simple recipe, but you got to be patient with this one because it will take some time to complete. You can definitely make your crust by hand, but I'm using a food processor. I'm blending up about 3 packs of graham crackers along with some honey roasted pecans, and please omit if allergic. Then use between 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar. And then I add a little butter just to bind everything together. By the time you're done mixing, you should be able to squeeze a spoonful in your hand and it still hold its shape like this right here. Then I'm going to use a little baking spray to spray the pan down just so it won't stick. And the pan is called a springform pan. I would suggest using this one for real, for real. And for the crust, you want to just push it up on the sides real good like how you see me doing, and make sure it's even at the bottom too. Now it's set, but to really bring it together, I'm going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. Now for the filling, I'm starting off with 4 blocks of cream cheese because this is going to be a pretty big cheesecake. Now for the size of the cake, I don't think this is a lot of sugar, but if you do, just adjust it to your liking. You know, you can make it as sweet as you want. And you see how light and creamy it came out? That's because I'm using room temperature ingredients. That's sour cream I'm adding, a pinch of salt, and I'm using a vanilla bean. I wanted that fresh vanilla. You just bust it down the middle and scrape the vanilla out. I use half of a whole bean, or you could just use vanilla extract because them vanilla beans expensive. Next, I'm adding the flour and the eggs to finish thickening up this cheesecake, and also the eggs are going to give it such a smooth and silky-like texture. And it's also very important to make sure you scrape the bottom of that bowl and the sides so everything is mixed together well. Now look at that. It's them specks of vanilla for me. And you can add a little cornstarch if you really want your batter a little bit thicker than this. I'm going to make another one a different flavor. Comment down below what cheesecake flavor you want to see me make next. And I don't use a water bath or nothing like that because that's just doing too much to me. So I just bake it at 300 for 50 minutes. And this is how it come out. Like, my cake don't have no cracks or nothing like that. And then I make my own strawberry filling to go on top. They have some that you can buy in like a can or a jar or something like that. But you already know, fresh is always better. I just boil them in a pot till they soften up a little bit. Then I mash them down and add a little sugar to them. You can also add a little vanilla to it too, but I skipped it. And I just layer it on top evenly like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut into it and show y'all what it look like. Nah, you can't even lie. That's a real pretty slice. The strawberry filling was like a perfect consistency because as soon as I cut it, it like dripped down on the sides. Like, that's perfect. To get this full recipe with all the ingredients and step-by-step instructions, visit my website, uniqueeats.net. And as always, you know I had to cook it up. And shouts out to Headley and Bennett for the aprons. I'm going to tag them below.